Hey guys, welcome back to I'm Just a Fan. It's your host Ben, and we're going to be talking about Micah Parsons and Terry McLaurin's trade request, what that means for both the teams, what it means for the players, and what it means for the rest of the league. Let's get into it. So first we're going to talk about Micah because that news is a little bit newer. Also, excuse my hair. I just woke up a couple hours ago. It's a little crazy right now, but hey, it's only getting worse. We got to talk about this stuff. So let's talk about Micah. I put out a YouTube short about this, talked about this on TikTok, but wanted to give a little bit more of a in-depth thought about this. So pretty much what has happened is this has been a combination of a lot of events that have occurred over the last couple years, and pretty much Micah has been looking for a new deal since last summer, but as he stated in his statement online, his agent said, hey, you know what, let's wait on it. They wanted to push it off, so they didn't go for it. And now he's been looking for a new deal, which makes sense. I mean, the guy is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. He's, I think, 26 years old. He's a young guy for his, for the position and everything like that, just entering his physical prime. And in typical Cowboys fashion, they have not handled this correctly. And I actually plan on making at least, I don't know if it's going to be a long video, but just talking about a video about the way that the Cowboys do business is so bad with their star players. I mean, we've seen how they conducted business with Dak, how they conducted business with CeeDee Lamb last year, and now how they're conducting business with Micah Parsons. I'm not going to get too into it because I do want to talk about that in more depth. But pretty much, let me give a quick example of this just to help this make more understanding for the audience. I'm an Eagles fan. So how the Eagles go about this, specifically Howie Roseman, is he sees a star player, a young player that's on a rookie contract. Okay, let's sign him maybe in his third or fourth year, if possible, and just get that extension going. Because why would I wait more? Why would I wait more time? And the price is only going to go up if this guy's really that good to pay one of our guys that we know we're going to keep. Dallas does not apply that principle to their players. They could have signed Dak Prescott earlier, wouldn't have been paying him $60 million. CeeDee Lamb, you could have signed him earlier. Now Micah Parsons, a blue chip player on your defense, a guy that is a fan favorite, one of the best pass rushers in football. You could have signed him a year or two ago to an extension. No, now you want to play this game, and he's requesting a trade. So Dallas has not handled these situations very well, and that's all I'll say about that. But pretty much we're in this situation again. I feel like it's pretty much clockwork at this point that the last couple years, around this time around training camp, you're going to hear about a Cowboys player, a star Cowboys player being disgruntled and that wants a little bit more money. Jerry's going to play hardball. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not sure that this is something that's just maybe a leverage play by Parsons. I mean, I think Parsons does still want to be a Cowboy deep down, but he made it pretty clear in his statement that he does not want to be there anymore. He's done being disrespected by Jerry Jones in the public, which was just absolutely ridiculous from Jerry Jones. I already made my video, Jerry Jones is a clown. I made that last summer. I think I was talking about CeeDee Lamb. I might have to make another one just because I don't understand why you would want to disrespect arguably your best player for him trying to play injured last year. Parsons was saying he was just trying to lay it on the line for his guys, which is very obviously respectable, and it's going to go a long way in the locker room. Just taking shots at your best player in a public setting, specifically with the media, and this is, mind you, the Dallas Cowboys is not like the Tennessee Titans or the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the Dallas Cowboys. This thing's going to get reported. And I just didn't think it was a good look for Jerry. They're not handling this situation well. Seems like Micah has said that he's tried to get in contact, his agent has tried to get in contact with Stephen Jones, and they have really just not done anything with this entire situation. So it's just not a good look for Dallas. And again, I think Micah, I think he could come back for Dallas. I think he could if they do give him that new deal, but it just seems like there is a little bit of a break in the relationship at this point, and I'm really not sure what to make of that because, maybe it's a leverage play, maybe it's not, but when you go and put out a statement that's that long and you clearly say, I don't want to be here anymore, I don't know if he really would actually come back, even if giving the right contract. So we'll have to see, but pretty much I just think the Cowboys have completely mismanaged the situation. Again, you could have signed him earlier. You just don't have to make this go that long. I mean, CeeDee Lamb put up a little tweet about it. I'm sure a majority of that locker room's pretty on Micah's side because, again, why would you be on Jerry Jones' side on this? He's just being stupid, in my opinion. Now, my thing with Micah Parsons is if he does get traded, this is going to be such an asking price for Micah Parsons. I mean, people are really referencing the Khalil Mack trade that happened back in 2018 when he went from the Raiders to the Bears. They're saying that for Micah Parsons, a team might have to give up 2 to 3 first-round picks. That is a lot of picks. And shout out to the Goat House, great content creator in here. I've been watching him for years. He put this into words, so I don't want to steal his idea. But it really made me think. If you're going to trade for Micah Parsons, you have to be a team that, number one, you have to have your quarterback situation figured out. Because if you are going to trade potentially 2 to 3 first-round picks for Micah Parsons, and you don't have your quarterback situation figured out, that's not going to make any sense. It's not going to make any sense. You're going to have the quarterback situation figured out because you're going to have a guy that you can rely on for the next at least 3 to 4 years and be willing to sacrifice that draft capital to go get an insane defensive player like Micah Parsons. If you don't have your quarterback figured out and you trade all that draft capital just for a defensive player, you're still screwed. You're still really in the same situation. So why would any team that doesn't have a bona fide franchise quarterback, why would they even try to go for him? So that's going to rule out a lot of teams there. Also, this is going to be very, very steep on the cap. So a lot of teams that are actually going to want to go for this guy, like my Eagles, I would love for the Eagles to get this guy. As a Penn State fan as well, it would be great, but the Eagles just don't have the cap space for it. So teams are going to have draft capital, and they're going to have cap space for them to even consider this move. So that's why I'm like, ooh, this is going to be kind of tough because this is going to be such a steep asking price for a player like Micah Parsons. So that's where it gets a little tough. But, could he get moved? Maybe. I mean, it doesn't help that, Dallas is playing in the home opener against Philly in the first game of the year. I mean, that's in now, I think, 32 or 33 days. I mean, it's August 2nd of this recording. That's going to be played on September 4th. We don't have a lot of time. So they're going to have to figure this out, but I know Dallas doesn't want this guy to be holding out going into the season. Would just not be a good look. So we will see how this goes, but do I think he gets traded? I think it's like a 50% on this one just because it's going to be such a high asking price, and Dallas seems pretty adamant that he's going to play on this next year of a contract. And also, I don't see Micah Parsons holding out. He didn't hold out last year, so would he hold out again? I just don't know, but just a very, very interesting situation that we'll have to monitor in Dallas. As an Eagles fan, I'm absolutely loving this. I'm loving the malpractice of the Dallas Cowboys. My entire life has been the Dallas Cowboys fumbling and just doing stuff like this, and it makes me so grateful that I am a Eagles fan where I get to see Howie Roseman bless us every other year with his cap god skills, and now he's getting the draft down. I'm very grateful. But man, Dallas, you guys are completely fumbling this situation. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen down below in the comments. Do you think he's going to get traded? Do you think he stays with the Cowboys? Let me know. Next, we got to talk about Terry McLaurin. This has been pretty much a saga that's been going on for now, I feel like a couple months. I mean, there's been whispers here and there. He wants a new deal. He doesn't want to play on this contract anymore. But he's made it pretty clear now. He did go to camp, though I heard that was just because he was put on the PUP list or something like that. But he did go to camp, so I was like, maybe he will just kind of, deal with this internally. I didn't think it was going to get to this point. But a couple days ago, he also requested a trade. Now, what makes this different for me than Micah Parsons is I don't think he's going to get traded. I think this is a pure leverage play from Terry McLaurin, and here's why. The reasons are, number one, Terry McLaurin has such a good connection with JD5. Why would they want to get rid of, and this goes for both parties, Terry McLaurin has never had a consistent quarterback in DC his entire time he's been there, and he didn't leave when they had, Heineke and Marcus Mariota playing quarterback. He stuck it out, so why would he want to leave now when you have a franchise quarterback who also just took you to the NFC Championship in his rookie year? I don't think that would make sense career-wise. For DC, why would you want to trade away your best receiver, a homegrown talent that has stuck it out with you for years, when your quarterback is on a rookie contract? This is the time to maximize these opportunities. These are the times to pay that money because you're on a rookie contract with your quarterback. These are the times to go for these things. These are the times to do these things. And again, you're trying to build off of last year. You went to the NFC Championship. You're trying to do that. So I don't think it makes sense for either team or either party to split up. We will see. Number two, I'm a little concerned for Terry just because if Terry does want to get traded, he's going to be 31 years old when that deal kicks in. He's already 30. He has one more year on his deal currently. Also, with him being 31 when that deal kicks in, a team would have to be comfortable paying him $30+ million per year. We don't see that a lot for 30+ receivers. I think we really only see that with Tyreek Hill and maybe a couple other guys I could be forgetting. It's just a lot of money to give to someone that's aging. Not saying McLaurin is falling off in any way. He's a great player. I think he's a standout player. Arguably, he had his best year last year. And again, as I said, he has a great connection with Jayden Daniels. But that's a very high asking price. Again, I don't think he gets traded. I really don't think so. I think the match is just too good for both DC and him. But if he was to get traded, maybe New England can give him a call, or really any team that needs a receiver, maybe Tennessee. I don't know. I'm just thinking of teams, again, that are on rookie contracts with their quarterback and have a little bit of draft capital, a little bit of cap space. So we'll see. But the reason I'm not making a big deal about this is I just don't think, number one, that it makes sense for both parties to split up. And number two, there's just so much more leverage that I think McLaurin even has over DC. Why would you want to get rid of Terry McLaurin when you're in the situation that I've presented you? Yes, Deebo Samuel is your receiver too, but let's keep it a buck. Deebo Samuel is not the Deebo Samuel of the last couple of years. We at least have to see if he can provide that level of play, and that we saw a couple of years ago with the Niners. That's a lot to rely on. And again, you're hurting your young quarterbacks. Receiving corps. Why would you want to do that? Just not a good look. So I think he stays a Commander. I think he gets the deal done. I think they get it done. The Commanders have said they don't want to trade him. I think they're going to probably get this done soon, maybe in the next week or two, because why do you want this drama to keep drawing out before the season? I think this is definitely way less significant than the Micah deal, just because Micah's made it pretty clear, I don't want to be a Cowboy. Terry hasn't necessarily full out said he doesn't want to be a Commander. He just wants a trade. So I think this is a pure leverage play for McLaurin. We will see how things go. But, yeah, do you guys think McLaurin's going to get traded? Do you think he's not? Let me know down in the comments. But that's all I had on this one. Just a quick video. I wanted to talk about both of these because, when was the last time we've had, both in the NFC East as well, two-star players about a month out of the season being like, I want to trade? I don't know. It doesn't really happen a lot. So just thought it'd be something to talk about. Pretty cool situation. As an Eagles fan, again, I am just watching from afar, smiling side to side of my face because, again, I love malpractice in the division. So I'll take it. But regardless, we'll see how this goes. If you guys like this video, feel free to give it a like. If you like my type of content, feel free to subscribe. Check me out on TikTok. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.